जय श्री श्री गुरु गौरांगगंधार विकिगिरिधारी श्री श्री राधा विनोद बिहारी जू की जय। श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मरन मोहन जू की जय। नित्याल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपार शतर शत शिशिमार भक्ति वेदांत नारायण गोसाई महाराज श्री गुरुदेव की जय। नित्याल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपार शतर शत शिशिमार भक्ति वेदांत वामन गोसाई महाराज की जय। नित्याल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपार शतर शत शिशिमार भक्ति वेदांत साई महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। नित्याल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपार शतर शत शिशिमार भक्ति प्रज्ञान केशव गोसाई महाराज की जय। नित्याल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपार शतर शत शिशिमार भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोसाई प्रभुपाद की जय। नित्याल प्रविष्ट महाभागवत श्री गोरक्षरस बाबूजी महाराज की जय। नित्याल प्रविष्ट श्री सच्चिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जय। नित्याल प्रविष्ट वैष्णव सार्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथ दास बाबूजी महाराज की जय। श्री रूपानुगौर्य गुरु वर्ग की जय। श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्टदास रघुनाथ शार गोसाई प्रभु की जय। श्री स्वरूप दामोदर राय रामानंदारी श्री गौर पार्षद वृंद की जय। नाम अक्षय श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासरी गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री क्षेत्र मंडल गौरमंडल ब्रजमंडल मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की जय। सर्व अभिष्ट प्रदात गिरिराज महाराज की जय। श्री राधा कुंद श्याम कुंद की जय। श्री यमुना देवी गंगा देवी की जय। श्री हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। श्री निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि वो। Hare Krishna. Okay, we'll do a short Mangala Charan and then begin. Wait, I have to share my screen. Okay. Ajnanatimirandasya jnananjana-shalakaya chakshurunmilitam yena tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Guruve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tad Bhaktaya Namo Namaha. Shri Siddhanta Saraswati Vidito Gaudiya Gaurvanvaye Bhato Bhanuriva Prabhata Gagane Yogora Sankirtanai Maya Bharati Mingilo Daragatan Udritya Jivaniman Krishna Prema Sudabdika Hana Sukhang Pradat Prabhung Tang Bhaje Vande Bhakti Vinodang Shri Gaura Shakti Swarupakam Bhakti Shastragya Samrajang Radha Rasa Sudha Nidhim Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Satchidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanugavarayate Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayang Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranams, dear devotees, Nri Hari Prabhu, Dandavat Pranams, Bhavatarani Mataji, Prajumna Prabhu, Mantramurti Mataji, Nitai Mukeshji, Ganga Mataji, and I'm guessing Indira Mataji and Raseshwari Mataji, and all the other devotees watching now on YouTube and Facebook. If you write a comment, I'll see your name. Also, pranams to all the devotees watching in the future. So we are continuing on with our well, we're learning the verses of Daśa-mūla Tattva and then trying to memorize each line. So Haribol Vidyalala Sadidi, Hare Krishna. So we've gone through, we've memorized the first verse, hopefully. If you haven't memorized it, don't worry. It's not like you have to memorize each verse before we move on to the next verse. As I think I mentioned this yesterday, that with these Daśa-mūla verses, I've actually been, the way I've been doing it is not just fully memorizing a verse and then moving on to the next one, but getting pretty familiar with the verse and having it like, yeah, being very familiar with the verse and almost memorizing it, but then also starting to move on to the next verse and the next verse and the next verse. And so I'm kind of memorizing them all simultaneously, but I'm progressively becoming more and more familiar with them. Um, but if you are able to fully memorize the verse before we move on to the next one, that's also really great. Once you do memorize any of the verses, then we have a WhatsApp group where you can share a voice recording of your recitation. Some devotees sent me their recitation privately, but yeah, so you could do that also. If you don't want to send it in the group, you could also send it to me privately. But I would encourage you to send it in the group. We're all, supporting each other. It's not, there's a judgment-free zone. So here, I'm just going to show you how you can join that group. Wait, let me open up a new window. Here. Okay, so this is how to join that WhatsApp group. First, you go to my website, which is vineofdevotion.com, vineofdevotion.com, and you'll see right here, it says, under latest, this has my last post I made, but underneath that, it says, join us for Daśa-mūla join us for Daśa-mūla verse memorization and Harinam Chintamani study. This one right here. I sent it out on January 21st. So click on that. And if you scroll down, you'll see a list here. It says, here's how the sessions will work. So you see right here on the fourth thing there. For those who like, they can share recitations in a dedicated WhatsApp group for support and accountability. So if you click on this link here, a dedicated WhatsApp group, you'll be added to this BGD Melodies and Memorization WhatsApp group. Okay, so you can just click on join chat and then, yeah, then you can share your recitation once you've memorized a verse. It helps with, I don't know, I find it helpful for accountability to be able to share verses with friends. So, okay, I guess we will begin with first going over the um, the introduction verse of Daśa-mūla Tattva. So this is in a meter called Sragdhara, the introduction verse. And I explained before how in Sanskrit, in most of our verses, um, there's they'll follow all verses follow a particular meter, and most of our verses the each line has the same pattern of um, syllables. Like there's long syllables and short syllables. So here the long syllables are represented by this long line. I mean, yeah, this M dash, and the short syllables are represented by this circle. So the Sragdhara meter for this verse, the introduction verse, is na 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 na, and then na 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 na, like that. That's the meter. So it's, yeah, long, 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 short, long, long, pause. Short, 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 long. Long, short, long, long, short, long, long. Yeah. So we'll recite this first verse, which is in that meter, Saragtara. Oh, and maybe I should explain it first, this verse. So this first line, it begins with explaining what is our means of receiving valid knowledge. What does that mean? What is our praman? It is amnaya praha, our amnaya vakya. It's the words of the Vedas which are received in a sat sampradaya through the Guru Parampara. That's called the amnaya vakya. That amnaya vakya establishes for us these nine fundamental truths, are things that were proven by that knowledge, prameyas. And so there's nine. This whole section I highlighted, this is nine things. So on the first line, it explains the three prameyas, the three proven truths related to Hari. The second line has the three prameyas related to the jiva. The third line explains the achinta bheda bheda tattva, and how our sadhan is shuddha bhakti. Our means to attain the goal is pure bhakti. And the goal, the sadhya, is tat pritim, our love for him, or Krishna prem. And so, yeah. What are the three related to Hari? This is what we're going over today. Tattvaṁ harim iha paramam. That Śrī Hari is the paramam, the supreme tattvaṁ, absolute truth, or reality. That's the verse that we're memorizing. That's the second, that's the second verse of Daśa-mūla tattva, which we'll be memorizing today, which explains this. Tattvaṁ harim iha paramam. And that Hari is sarva shaktim. He is the possessor, he's the Shaktiman, the possessor of sarva shaktim, of all potency. And he is rasabdhim. That means he is an ocean, an abdi of ras. Rasabdhim. So those are the three prameyas related to Śrī Hari. Now the three prameyas related to the jivas are, the jivas are tad. Tad refers to Hari, his, bhinna, his separated, anksha, his separated parts, the jivan, the jivas. And so that's the first one. I mean, the first of the prameyas related to the jivas. The second is that the baddha jivas are, the bound conditioned souls are prakrti-kavalitan. They are swallowed by prakriti, the material energy. And the mukta jivas, the liberated jivas, are tad. Now tad's referring to prakriti, to the material energy. So the mukta jivas are tad. They are from her vimukta. They are completely free from that prakriti. And now the third line is bhed abheda prakasham sakalam apihare. So sakalam, everything in existence, is either bhed, is separate from Hari, or everything in existence is both a manifestation, a prakash, which is bheda, which is separate from Hari, which is different from Hari, and abheda, which is non-different from Hari. So simultaneous difference and non-difference. Everything in existence is simultaneous difference and non-difference. And our sadhan is Shuddha Bhakti, our sadhya is Priti, and so Upadishati Janan Gora Chandra Swayam Sa. So he, that very Hari, Swayam, Gora Chandra, he Upadishati Janan, he instructs Janan, the people, the living entities, in this way. iti. Iti means in this way. Eva iti means certainly in this way, or thus, right? Iti means thus. Instructs to the people Gora Chandra Swayamsa, who is himself that Hari. All right, so now let's recite it in this Sragdhara meter. Na, right? Long, 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 short, long. Oh, wait, anyways, let's recite it. I already went through that. So, Amnaya praha-tattvaṁ Harim iha paramam sarvashakting rasabdhing tad bhinnangshangscha jivan prakriti-kavalitan tad vimuktangscha bhavat bheda bheda prakasham sakalamapi hare sadhanang shuddha bhakting sadhyang tat me vetyupadishati janan Gora Chandra Swayamsa. Okay, so last week, was it last week? Anyways, a while ago, we memorized verse 1 of, this isn't really verse 1, this is just the introduction verse, which we just recited. But verse 1 is this, which we learned last week. I accidentally inverted the colors here for the short and long syllables. But yeah, so hopefully the meaning of all these words is clear to you. Maybe we can just go through it very quickly. We'll just recite it and then, so, Swata siddho vedo haridaita veda prabhritita pramanang sat praptang pramiti vishayan tanava-vidhan tatha pratyakshari pramiti sahitang sadhayatina na yuktis tarkakya pravishati tatha shakti-rahita. So the meaning is the Swata Siddha Veda, the self-substantiated Vedas. It means they don't need anything to prove them. They're in themselves, they're inherently perfect and complete, fully established. They don't need anything external to substantiate them. They're self-substantiated Vedas. So those self-substantiated Vedas, properly received, sat praptam, properly received in a sat sampradaya, by those who are favored by Hari, Hari Daita, those who are favored by Hari, such as Prabhriti means such as, or so on. Veda, Veda means Brahma, Brahma and so on. That serves as praman, as the means for acquiring knowledge. That's the means of receiving true, valid knowledge. And what does that praman establish? Sadhayati means it establishes. Na, for us. What does it establish? Pramiti vishayan. It establishes the objects of valid knowledge. Pramiti means valid knowledge. Vishayan means objects of. And objects of valid knowledge means prameya. That's the meaning of the word prameya, which we. So prameya is the objects of valid knowledge. So it's the object of pramiti. So that those prameyas are these prameyas are Navavida, they are ninefold. What are those 9 pramayas? We just went over them. That Hari is the Parama-tattva, that he is Sarva Shaktiman, that he is a Rasa, and that the jivas are Tad Bhinangsha, and that they're Prakriti Kavalitan, and they're Vimuktam, from their Tad Vimuktam. All these things, they are the 9 pramayas, which are sadhayati, which are established for us by the Praman. What is the Praman? The Swata Siddha Veda, which are received, Sat Praptam, which are received by those favored by Hari, Haridaita, like Veda, like Brahma, Prakriti, and so on. Now, there's now it explains as well as it's explaining another form of praman for us. Pratyaksha, that means direct sense perception. Adi. Adi refers to other means of attaining true knowledge, which like there's anuman, inference, and all different. We went through in our previous program. We went through a whole long list of different types of evidence, and so they're also considered praman, means for gaining valid knowledge, if when they're accompanying sahitam. Sahitam means accompanying the amnaya vakya, are, this first form of praman. If they are accompanying that, if they are following that, then other such forms of praman, like pratyaksha, direct perception, inference, and so on, they're also, they're also considered praman. So, na yuktis tarkakya, na pravishati. So, reasoning, yukti, or logic, which is akya, which is known as tarka. Tarka means logic, argument, like that. So that type of reasoning, which is based only on logic, na pravishati. It cannot pravishati, enter. Why? Because it is shakti rahita. It is devoid of shakti. It is devoid of any power. Why? Because it's just limited to our material brain, which can't conceive of transcendental subject matters. And so these things are revealed by the Guru Parampara, right? This Amnaya Vakya comes through the Guru Parampara, through bona fide sampradaya, to those who have realized the truth, like that. You can't understand these nine pramayas through logic and reasoning, because it's beyond that. It's beyond the realm of the material realm. So, okay. That was what we went over last time. If you, anytime you are able to memorize this verse, please share it within that WhatsApp group I mentioned before. Now we are moving on to verse 2 of Daśa-mūla tattva, and today we're going to just go through the first 2 lines. So let me, I didn't color these in anyways, so that you can get the meter. Anyways, I'll do that next time. But yeah, let's recite it, and then I'll go over the translation, and then we'll try to memorize the lines. So this is on the topic that Hari is the Parama-tattva. He's the supreme absolute truth. Haristve-ekaṁ tattvaṁ vidhi-śiva-sureśa-praṇamitaḥ yadevedaṁ Brahma prakṛti-rahitaṁ tat tanu-mahaḥ parātmā tasyāṁśo jagad-anugato viśva-janakaḥ savai rādhā-kānto nava-jalada-kāntiś cid-udayaḥ. Yeah, I'll read the translation and then we'll go through the Sanskrit. So Śrī Hari is the one ultimate reality. He is the Parama-tattva, worshipped by Brahma, Shiva, and Indra. Brahma, free from material nature, is his bodily effulgence. The Supreme Soul, an expansion of him, pervades the universe and creates the world. That Śrī Hari is none other than Śrī Rādhā's beloved, resplendent with the hue of a fresh rain cloud, and is of the nature of pure consciousness, cid. Okay, so now the first line. Haris tvekam tat. Oh, wait, no, I'm going to explain the meaning of the Sanskrit first. Okay, so Hari is indeed, Hari is indeed to the ekaṁ, the one. Ekaṁ means one. Tattvaṁ, the one reality, the one absolute truth, one ultimate reality, who is worshipped. Pranamita means worshipped by these three personalities. The first is vidhi, or Brahma. Vidhi means Brahma. Shiva. And Sura Isha. Sura means the gods. Isha means the Lord of the gods. In other words, Indra. Suresha means Indra. So Hari is indeed the one absolute truth or ultimate reality who is worshipped or pranamita by Vidhi, Shiva, and Suresh, by Brahma, Shiva, and Indra. Now, this second line, the first line says that Hari is the Parama-tattva. The second line talks about how Brahma is just his effulgence. The third line talks about how the Paramatma, or is just an expansion of him. And then the last line explains that rādhā-kānto. It talks about Krishna, Vrajendra Nandan Sham Sundar, Krishna, Rādhā-kānto, the beloved of Śrī Rādhā. That he is indeed that Hari. Okay, so now let's just break down the second line. Yad means of him. Eva means certainly. Idam, Brahma. So certainly, idam means this, and then Brahma. So Brahma are we know the impersonal, non-differentiated, featureless Brahma, nirvishesh Brahma, is which is this Brahma, which is prakṛti-rahitaṁ, is completely free. Rahita means free from prakriti, the material energy. So it's completely free from the material energy, completely beyond the material energy. That, tat means that Brahma is tanu-mahaḥ. Tanu means bodily, maha means effulgence. So Brahma is certainly this Brahma, idam Brahma, this Brahma, which is beyond the material energy, beyond prakriti, free from prakriti. That Brahma is tanu-mahaḥ, his bodily effulgence. So these are the first two lines. We're going to memorize these two first lines. They're pretty simple. And then in the next session, we'll memorize these next two lines. That means parātmā. So the Supreme Soul is tasya, his angsho, expansion. So the Supreme Soul is an expansion of him. And jagad-anugato, that Supreme Soul, that Parātmā, enters into the universe, into the world, or it pervades the world, and viśva-janakaḥ, and creates the universes. He, certainly, is Rādhā-kānta, the beloved of Radha. Nava-jalada-kāntiś, who is Kanti, who's who is resplendent with the hue of a nava-jalada, of a new jalada. Jalada means water giver or the cloud. So yeah, he is resplendent with the hue of a fresh cloud. And cid-udayaḥ. Chit, we know Krishna is chit, right? He is the embodiment of consciousness. So Udaya, he is of the nature of consciousness. He is, Udaya means rising or effulgence, but I think here it's like the nature of consciousness. Anyways, we'll get there, and I'll try to understand this better also. So now let's go through the first two lines. So the way we'll do it is we'll recite this a few times looking at it and then without looking at it. Then we'll recite this a few times looking at it and without looking at it, and then we'll try to combine these two lines together. So first, let's just become very clear on the meaning. Haris tvekam tattvaṁ. Hari, tu means indeed here. Hari is certainly or is indeed the ekaṁ tattvaṁ. He is the one, eka means one, tattvaṁ, the one reality, the one ultimate reality or absolute truth. He is the ultimate reality, the absolute truth. Hari is the one ultimate reality. Haris tvekam tattvam. Haris tvekam tattvam. And the reason why this there's rules, there's sandhi rules. So this is actually Hari, but because it's followed by this, it becomes Haris. And then this is actually tu, but because there's a vowel after it, becomes like that. Haris tvekam tattvam. Okay, so Haris tvekam tattvam. Hari is the one reality. Haris tvekam tattvam. Let's recite that 3 times looking and then 3 times without looking. Haris tvekam tattvam. Haris tvekam tattvam. You say it on your own. Haris tvekam tattvam. Haris tvekam tattvam. Hari is the one reality. Haris tvekam tattvam. Okay, let's do it without looking now. Haris tvekam tattvam. Hari is the one reality, the one truth, absolute truth. Haris tvekam tattvam. Now you say it. Haris tvekam tattvam. Okay, now the second half. Vidhi means Brahma, right? Shiva, we know Shiva. Suresha means Indra, the lord of the demigods. Vidhi-śiva-sureśa. He's worshipped. Pranamita. He is worshipped. He is bowed down to. He is worshipped by Vidhi, Shiva, and Suresh. Okay, so vidhi-śiva-sureśa-praṇamitaḥ. 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 You say it on your own. He is worshipped by Vidhi, Shiva, and Suresh. Vidhi-śiva-sureśa-praṇamitaḥ. Okay, now let's do that without looking. Vidhi-śiva-sureśa-praṇamitaḥ. He is bowed down to. He is worshipped by Vidhi, Shiva, and Suresh, Brahma, Shiva, and Indra. Vidhi-śiva-sureśa-praṇamitaḥ. 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 Pranamita. He is worshipped, he is bowed to by Brahma, Shiva, and Indra. Vidhi, Shiva, Suresh. Vidhi, Shiva, Suresha, Pranamita. Now you say that. Vidhi, Shiva, Suresha, Pranamita. Vidhi, Shiva, Suresha, Pranamita. Vidhi-śiva-sureśa pranamitaḥ. Okay, so now the whole line together. Oh, and Haribol Sarveshwari Mataji. I didn't see you before. Haribol. And Premavati Didi. Haribol. Okay. Haristvekam tattvaṁ. Hari is the one reality. He is the eka-tattva. Haristvekam tattvaṁ. Who is pranamita, who is worshipped, who is bowed to by Vidhi, Shiva, and Suresh, by Brahma, Shiva, and Indra. Vidhi-śiva-sureśa-praṇamitaḥ. Haristvekam tattvaṁ. Vidhi-śiva-sureśa-praṇamitaḥ. Haristvekam tattvaṁ. Vidhi-śiva-sureśa-praṇamitaḥ. Hari is the one reality, worshipped by Vidhi, Shiva, and Suresh. Haristvekam tattvaṁ. Vidhi-śiva-sureśa-praṇamitaḥ. Let's recite this 2 times and then say it without looking. Haristvekam tattvaṁ. Vidhi-śiva-sureśa-praṇamitaḥ. Haristvekam tattvaṁ. Vidhi-śiva-sureśa-praṇamitaḥ. 2 more times and then without looking. Haristvekam tattvaṁ. Vidhi-śiva-sureśa-praṇamitaḥ. Haristvekam tattvaṁ. Vidhi-śiva-sureśa-praṇamitaḥ. Now you say it on your own. You can look at it this time. Haristvekam tattvaṁ. Vidhi-śiva-sureśa-praṇamitaḥ. Okay, now let's do it without looking. Haristvekam tattvaṁ. Vidhi-śiva-sureśa-praṇamitaḥ. Haristvekam tattvaṁ. Vidhi-śiva-sureśa-praṇamitaḥ. Haristvekam tattvaṁ. Vidhi-śiva-sureśa-praṇamitaḥ. One last time, and then we'll do it without looking. I mean, sorry, we'll do it. You'll say it on your own. That's what I meant to say. Haristvekam tattvaṁ. Vidhi-śiva-sureśa-praṇamitaḥ. Okay, now you say it. Haristvekkam tattvaṁ vidhi-śiva-sureśa-praṇamitaḥ. Okay, now let's go through the second line. So yat means which. So it's referring to Hari, of which Eva, this is Sandhi here. So this is Eva idam. Eva means certainly, idam means this. So certainly this Brahma. Brahma refers to, what does it refer to? Brahma means tanu-mahaḥ, tat. That's his tanu, his bodily, maha, effulgence. So, eva idam, certainly this Brahma, this nirvishesh Brahma, which is prakṛti-rahitaṁ, which is free, rahita, free from prakriti, the material nature, material energy. Tat is his tanu-mahaḥ, his bodily tanu-mahaḥ, effulgence. But because of Sandhi, this eva idam becomes evedaṁ. Evedaṁ. So Sandhi is when you, anyways, yeah, whatever. Okay, so yadevedaṁ Brahma. Certainly this Brahma. Prakrti-rahitaṁ. Free from material nature, free from prakriti. Tat. Tat means that is tanu-mahaḥ, his bodily effulgence. So, yadevedaṁ Brahma prakrti-rahitam tat tanu-mahaḥ. Certainly this Brahma, free from prakriti, is his bodily effulgence. Yadevedaṁ Brahma. Certainly this Brahma, certainly this nirvishesh Brahma, prakrti-rahitam, free from material nature, prakrti-rahitam, tat tanu-mahaḥ. That Brahma is his bodily effulgence, tat tanu-mahaḥ, his tanu bodily, maha effulgence. Yadevedaṁ Brahma. Let's just do that. Let's focus on this line. Which certainly this Brahma. Yadevedaṁ Brahma. Yadevedaṁ Brahma. Yadevedaṁ Brahma. Certainly this Brahma. Yadevedaṁ Brahma. Now you say it. Yadevedaṁ Brahma. Yadevedaṁ Brahma. Yadevedaṁ Brahma. Certainly this Brahma. Yadevedaṁ Brahma. You say it. Yadevedaṁ Brahma. Prakrti-rahitam. Free from material energy, free from prakriti. Prakrti-rahitam. Tat means that. Tanu-mahaḥ is his tanu, bodily. Maha, effulgence. I'm pretty sure tanu means bodily. I mean, usually tanu means bodily. I didn't actually look this up let's just look up that word just in case I'm misguiding you. Sanskrit dictionary, tanu. Tanu means body, right? Tanu. Tanu means see the body, person, self. Okay, so it doesn't just mean bodily effulgence, but the body of his person or of his self. It's the effulgence of him, of his, you know? Yeah. Okay. Tanu also means form or manifestation. So the effulgence of his form. Yeah. Okay. So prakṛti-rahitaṁ. This Brahma is free from prakriti, that, and that is his the effulgence of his form, of his tanu-mahaḥ effulgence. Prakṛti-rahitaṁ tat tanu-mahaḥ. Prakṛti-rahitaṁ tat tanu-mahaḥ. Prakṛti-rahitaṁ tat tanu-mahaḥ. Okay, we'll say it. I'll say it one more time, then you say it, and then we'll do it without looking. Prakriti-rahitaṁ tat tanu-mahaḥ. Now you say it. Prakriti-rahitaṁ tat tanu-mahaḥ. Now without looking. Prakriti-rahitaṁ, free from material nature. Prakriti-rahitaṁ tat tanu-mahaḥ. That is his, the effulgence of his form, his bodily effulgence. Tat tanu-mahaḥ. Tat tanu-mahaḥ. Prakriti-rahitaṁ tat tanu-mahaḥ. Prakriti-rahitaṁ tat tanu-mahaḥ. Prakriti-rahitaṁ tat tanu-mahaḥ. One last time, and then you say it on your own. Prakriti-rahitaṁ tat tanu-mahaḥ. Prakriti-rahitaṁ tat tanu-mahaḥ. Prakriti-rahitaṁ tat tanu-mahaḥ. Okay. Yadevedaṁ Brahma. Certainly this Brahma, prakriti-rahitam, is free from prakriti. That is tanu-mahaḥ, is the effulgence of his form, his bodily effulgence. Yadevedaṁ Brahma, prakriti-rahitam, tat tanu-mahaḥ. Yadevedaṁ Brahma, prakriti-rahitaṁ tat tanu-mahaḥ. Yadevedaṁ Brahma, prakriti-rahitaṁ tat tanu-mahaḥ. Yadevedaṁ Brahma, prakriti-rahitaṁ tat tanu-mahaḥ. Now you say it on your own. Yadevedaṁ Brahma, prakriti-rahitaṁ tat tanu-mahaḥ. Okay, now without looking. Yadevedaṁ Brahma, prakriti-rahitaṁ tat tanu-mahaḥ. Yadevedaṁ Brahma, prakriti-rahitaṁ tat tanu-mahaḥ is his effulgence. Evedaṁ Brahma, prakṛti-rahitaṁ, completely free from prakriti, tat, tanu-mahaḥ, tat, that Brahma is tanu-mahaḥ, the maha, the effulgence of his tanu, of his form, of his body, tat, tanu-mahaḥ, evedaṁ Brahma, prakṛti-rahitaṁ, tat, tanu-mahaḥ is his effulgence. Okay, now you say it on your own. I'll say it one time, one last time, and then you say it on your own. Yad evedaṁ Brahma, prakṛti-rahitaṁ, tat, tanu-mahaḥ. Now you say it. Yad evedaṁ Brahma, prakṛti-rahitaṁ, tat, tanu-mahaḥ. Okay, great. Yad evedaṁ Brahma, prakṛti-rahitaṁ, tat, tanu-mahaḥ. So now these first two lines together is ekaṁ tattvaṁ vidhi-śiva-sureśa-praṇamitaḥ yadevedaṁ Brahma prakṛti-rahitaṁ tat tanu-mahaḥ. Let's say it one last time. And try to think of the meaning when you're reciting it. Hari is the one ultimate reality. He is the one tattva who is pranamita, who is bowed to, who is worshipped by vidhi, shiva, and suresh. Of whom, eve, certainly, idam, this Brahma, this nirvishesh Brahma, this featureless Brahma, is prakṛti-rahitaṁ, is completely free from prakriti, material nature. Tat, that Brahma is tanu-mahaḥ, is the effulgence of his form. Okay, so really think of the meaning when you say the Sanskrit. Ekaṁ tattvaṁ vidhi-śiva-sureśa-praṇamitaḥ yadevedaṁ Brahma prakṛti-rahitaṁ tat tanu-mahaḥ. Okay, so your homework for today is to memorize these first two lines. Ekaṁ tattvaṁ vidhi-śiva-sureśa-praṇamitaḥ yadevedaṁ Brahma prakṛti-rahitaṁ tat tanu-mahaḥ. Okay, so once you can say that from your memory, then you can share your recitation, the voice recording of your recitation of those two first lines in our WhatsApp group, which I showed at the beginning of this session. I showed where to find it. All right, that's it for today. Tomorrow, and then tomorrow is a huge day. Tomorrow is Vasant Panchami with an overwhelming amount of festivals. Oh my God, I don't even know how we'll get through everybody. What is it? Let's just look. What is tomorrow? Tomorrow is okay. So tomorrow is the appearance day of Vishnu Priya Devi, the appearance day of Raghunath Das Goswami, the appearance day of Sri Raghunandan Thakur, the appearance day of Sri Pundarik Vidyanidhi. It is the disappearance day of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. It is the disappearance day of Srila Bhakti Vivek Bharati Goswami Maharaj, and also Bhakti Swarup Parvat Goswami Maharaj. So, and it's also Vasant Panchami, Vasant Panchami and Saraswati Puja. But yeah, Vasant Panchami, the day of the Vasanti Ras, which is the topmost Ras. Yeah, it's overwhelming. Every single one of those personalities, we could easily do a full, like yeah. How many? Wait, is that like 9 different things in one day? And we could do like a full day for each personality because there's so much to say about each one. Yeah, and so tomorrow we will. Maybe tomorrow I'll do an extra long program, or maybe we should just, I don't know. We'll figure it out tomorrow. But then the day after tomorrow, we will go through the next 2 lines of this verse. So you got an extra day to memorize the first 2 lines. And also, if you haven't memorized the first verse yet, you also have some more time if you want to try to memorize the full verse and recite it before our next session. That's also, you got a chance to do that. Um, yeah. I mean, as I said, you can anytime you memorize a verse, even if it's in a month from now, you can still share it in the WhatsApp group. But it's good to have, some goals and try to push yourself a little bit more. So yeah. All right. Um, all right, at this end here. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Oh, and the day after tomorrow, what's the next half of this verse? It explains that. Okay, so now we understand that Hari is a supreme absolute truth who Brahma, Shiva, and Indra bow down to, who are worshipped by Brahma, Shiva, and Narada. And Nirvishesh Brahma is just his bodily effulgence. And then tomorrow we're going to we're going to memorize how, not tomorrow, day after tomorrow, we're going to memorize how the parātmā. Parāmatmā refers to the supreme soul, which refers to Karna Dakshay Vishnu, Garbha Dakshay Vishnu, Kshira Dakshay Vishnu. All these forms of Vishnu, they are just his tasyāṁśo. They are just an expansion of him. And that Hari is Rādhā-kānto. He is the beloved of Radha. And his complexion is like a fresh rain cloud. And he is of the nature of chit, of consciousness, transcendent, of cognizance. So that's what we'll memorize the day after tomorrow. All right. Haribo. I'll just do a very short Jadvani and we'll end for today. Jai Sachinandan Gaur Hari ki Jai, Śrī Rādhā Vinod Bihari Ju ki Jai, Śrī Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju ki Jai, Jai Śrīla Gurudev ki Jai, Jai Śrīla Param Gurudev ki Jai, Śrīla Prabhupada ki Jai, Śrī Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga ki Jai, Swaparshad Śrī Gaur Nityananda Prabhu ki Jai, Śrī Rādhā Krishna Gopa Gopigan ki Jai, Śrī Giriraj Maharaj ki Jai, Śrī Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi ki Jai, Jai Śrīla Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki Jai. The Daśa-mūla Tattva written by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki Jai. Jai Shri Sachinandan Gaur Hari, who imparted this Daśa-mūla to all the jivas ki Jai. Jai Shri the Parama-tattva Śrī Hari, who is bowed to by Brahma, Shiva, and Narada, whose effulgence is Brahma, Nirvishesh Brahma, whose expansion is the Paramatma, Karna Dakshay Vishnu, Garbha Dakshay Vishnu, Kshira Dakshay Vishnu. 2. Rādhā-kānto, whose complexion is like a fresh rain cloud, whose nature is of chit, of pure cognizance. Jai, that Parama-tattva Śrī Hari ki Jai. Jai Śrī Hari Nam Sankirtan ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai, Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai, Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo. Vrindai Tulsi Devai, Priyai Keshavashacha, Krishna Bhakti Pradadevi, Sattvatai Namo Namaha, Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Dandavat pranams, Śrī Hari Prabhu, Bhavatarani Mataji, Nitai Mukesh ji, Sarveshwari Mataji, Anadi Krishna Prabhu, Pradyumna Prabhu, Mantramurti Mataji, Vidyalalasa Didi, Prema Bhakti Didi, who else is there? Oh, maybe Indira Mataji and Raseshwari Mataji and all the other devotees watching. Dandavat pranams. Thanks so much for joining, and I look forward to hearing all of your recitations. All right, Haribol. See you all tomorrow for the overwhelming day, which I mentioned before. All right. Is there anything anybody wants to, like, any questions or comments before we end the stream for today? Yes, Sarveshwari Mataji. Yes.
Do you have on Saturday Ekadashi? On this Saturday Ekadashi?
Well, it's different for everybody all over the
That's
world.
right. But do you
But
have this Saturday?
yes, we have Saturday.
All
Yes.
right. So same here also.
Oh, perfect. And also, yeah, so many titis are coming up. Okay, so tomorrow is Vasant Panchami. Then, okay, on the fourth, the day after Vasant Panchami, there's one day where there's nothing. But then after that is Advaita Saptami. Then the day after that is the disappearance day of Madhvacharya. The day after that is disappearance day of Ramanujacharya. The day after that is Akadashi, and also appearance day of Keshav Bharati. The day after that is Barahadvadashi. The day after that is Nityananda Trayodashi. And then there's nothing. Then the day after that is Narottam Das Thakur's, what is it, appearance day? And also the Purnima. And there's a few other things on that day. And yeah, so really jam-packed couple of weeks there. This Saturday is Akadashi. Next Saturday is Param Gurudev's Srila Bhakti-Vigan Keshav Goswami Maharaj's 127th appearance day. And yeah, and then the day after that, no, like on the 17th is Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada's appearance day and Srila Gaura Govinda Goswami Maharaj's disappearance day and some other titis. So yeah, oh my God, it's festival season right now. So, right. All right. Dandavat pranams. Thank you so much for joining. Haribol.